My name is Steve Carver, Master Trainer for Jump Sport Fitness. And I am here at EA Fitness in Moorpark, California with Gus Gradino. I want you to meet our newest member of our family at Jump Sport Fitness. And Gus, can you tell me a little bit about EA Fitness and how you got started?
I have been across the street here at the high school as a strength and conditioning coach 13 years. So we figured opening here would be a nice way to kind of transition and get a little bit going between the school and the community at the same time. I'd say about 70% of our membership is above the age of 40, which is really what I was looking for. I have some questions about that though, because I really want to do things for the seniors in that older population to get them moving, and I think the trampoline is going to be a great way to go.
So you brought the trampolines in here. What's been the response? Are the people jumping on them? Do they like them? Are they afraid of them? I mean, how was their response?
A little bit of everything. We had some classes going just before the summer and very well received. Younger group, 30 to 35, that age, and some of my athletes, bringing them over from the high school, so they gave it a shot. Like I said, I want to target especially that senior group, but I want to be able to get to the athletes and I want to get to the younger kids too.
All right, well, the other day you called me and you said, Steve, I got some questions for you. So I had you hold off on that, and so I want you to fire away. Why don't you throw some questions at me, some of the things and concerns or questions that have come up for your members, just even you personally or your training staff, and see if what I can do to help you out.
I know there's different sizes and things like that. How hard, how soft? That's a big deal for me, because when you're on a dynamic surface like this, if I get some senior on here and it's too soft, I have to worry about them falling on the floor.
The really cool thing about the trampoline is they do come in different sizes. So right here we have what we consider our Pro Series, and we have a 44-inch model, which has a heavier cord system and more cords, which will accommodate athletes, larger people, people with big feet like me or you. So they need a little bit more surface area to accommodate them as a human being. Our traditional 300 series, which is right here in front of you, one handled and one not, has 30 cords.
Okay.
And the beauty of this trampoline is it is adjustable, meaning that you can make it softer or firmer, not only to accommodate somebody's just personal preference, but the beauty is, depending on the type of exercises that you're doing, you can adjust this trampoline. So we have a patented cord system here with a knot, and all it do is it takes one quick little clip and you can change out the tension of that. So I can do that every third cord. I could do it every other cord. I could do it every cord. And I can do that on all the way around the whole trampoline, and you definitely want to make it even when you do that so that you have an even bounce when you put it back down. Now, soft or hard, soft or firm, it really depends on what you're trying to do. If I am working on this trampoline doing balance or strength training, the softer the surface, the more dynamic it is, the more I'm going to have to make micro adjustments and stabilize the movement while doing whatever I'm doing standing on it.
Okay.
So the firmer it will be more like the ground. The softer would be more dynamic, causing me to really have to adjust and do all kinds of muscle recruitment in order to make it stable. The opposite is true for cardiovascular exercise. So what we teach on the trampoline is that you're actually pushing into the surface of the trampoline, and the cords act as resistance.
Okay.
So the firmer it's going to be while doing cardiovascular, obviously the more resistance you're going to have and the harder the exercise is going to be.
You mentioned pushing into the trampoline. How high are we actually jumping off these things?
Well, the beauty of it is that you don't have to jump at all. What I teach people initially is when they get on, is that if they don't feel comfortable in air, their proprioception isn't as good as, say, the normal person, that we just ask you to press down and your feet actually never leave the surface of the trampoline.
Okay.
The more proficient you become and the more comfortable you get. We recommend anywhere from 2 to 6 inches because you're just lifting your feet off the trampoline. You're not flying in the air. We're not at a trampoline park, or
So
we're not at
doing
gymnastics. So
Okay.
we're just trying to use the resistance of the cords to create resistance as you push into the surface.
All right, as I mentioned when we started, older crew, younger crew, athletes. Restrictions, age, anything here that I have to be concerned with?
We have a little joke in the company. We love to train kids from 2 to 102. So the beauty of this is that we make product line that will take you all the way from 2 years old to 102 years old. And some of the people I find, especially our senior population, or what we call our active agers, definitely will benefit from the handlebar.
Okay.
Either because of balance issues or injuries or pre-existing conditions, the handlebar makes them feel very comfortable. So it is a very sturdy accessory. They're gonna get on there and feel very comfortable because it's not going anywhere. This is actually a full body weight exerciser. It can be used for balance. They can just use it one-handed. They can get on with both hands. Okay. And it also is a great way for them to enter and exit the trampoline and feel safe getting on and off of the product. Now, as far as your athletes go, the beauty of this product is that because of the non-impactive nature of it, a lot of the high-impact exercises that you would do with athletes would be prohibitive to do every day on the ground.
Okay.
So because you're reducing your impact by at least 50%, you're gonna be able to do it longer, you're gonna be able to do it harder and sooner, which is a really great benefit. You still get all the muscular benefits, all the skeletal benefits of it without the impactive nature of the ground.
That makes a lot of sense because, I mean, we're going 5-6 days a week. So if I can integrate this with the strength and conditioning program and go 2-3 days a week on this type of thing, I think that would work out really well.
Well, the beauty for you is not only can you do strength and conditioning, but you can do agility work, you can do plyometrics. And again, being non-impactive is going to be hugely beneficial to you as a coach.
Last thing, how long can I put them on here? How long can they bounce?
I always tell people that it's really dependent on how conditioned the individual is. If you're a very deconditioned individual, you may start with as little as 30 seconds to a minute, and that may be all you can do. I've had people in rehab that just get on here and walk. They're like, okay, I'm tired, and then they get down and they're done. Whereas I've had very conditioned athletes and youth athletes that I will put through an hour plus workout where they are just completely spent and done. So all of those modalities you mentioned is absolutely doable on here because more than anything, if you look at this, it's anything you can do on the ground, you can do on the trampoline. And the trampoline just reduces the impactive nature of all of that exercising, but yet you're working against gravity. So you actually have more muscle recruitment doing the very same exact exercises that you do on the ground on the trampoline, therefore burning more calories in the process.
That makes a lot of sense. The senior citizen crowd, I have a lot of them, and I would really like to get them moving other than just, you know, a little bit of cardio, a little light stretch, lift a weight or two and go home. I want them to try some different stuff and see what we can do to help them out. So,
hey, well, I would just like to say thank you and welcome to the family.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Hopefully that answered some of your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to write into Jumpsport Fitness and let us know if there's any concerns or questions that you may have, and you may see me again soon.